Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're focusing on something pretty amazing. It's all about building a brighter future, specifically in Canada.
Right.
So if you're a young person, you're in Africa, you have some skills and some big dreams, this deep dive is for you.
Absolutely.
We're going to explore two specific Canadian immigration pathways, and these pathways could honestly be your ticket to a whole new world of possibilities.
It's really exciting stuff.
Yeah, and the best part is these programs are designed so that when you land in Canada, you're not just coming in with a visa.
Yeah,
You're actually landing as a permanent resident, and you already have a job waiting for you.
that's right. A job in hand and PR upon arrival really takes a lot of the stress and worry out of making such a big move.
For sure. And to guide us through all this, we have got the latest information from the Canadian government websites and from some really reputable immigration news sources as well. We've done our homework.
Yep, we've got you covered.
Okay, so let's dive in. We're going to start with some really exciting news. Canada is launching brand new home care worker immigration pilots. These are launching on March 31st, 2025. So mark your calendars.
Yep, that's coming up quick.
It is. And you want to know the best part?
With that.
Successful applicants will be granted permanent residence upon arrival. Right. That's something we really should unpack, I think,
Yeah.
because permanent residence upon arrival, that's a game changer.
Huge. I mean, think about it. You're not starting your Canadian journey as like a temporary worker, with limited rights. You're landing with all basically the same rights and freedoms as Canadian citizens from day one.
Wow.
Just think of the stability and the security that brings,
Yeah.
The ability to really build a life and a future for yourself and your family without having to constantly worry about, visa renewals and all that.
Absolutely. That is peace of mind right there. And these new pilots, they're actually replacing older caregiver programs that have expired. So this fresh start, I think, is a signal from Canada that they really want to make this process even better and easier for skilled individuals to come and make Canada their new home.
It definitely seems like they're serious about making these programs work and attract top talent in the home care sector. But I think it's really important for listeners to keep in mind that these programs are what we call employer-driven.
Okay.
So securing a genuine job offer from a Canadian employer in the home care sector, that's crucial. That's the first step. You can't really do anything without that piece in place.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about eligibility then. Let's say I'm a young person listening to this and I'm thinking, yeah, home care. This sounds interesting. What do I need?
Well, first off, you'll need a good grasp of English or French.
Makes sense.
Yeah, language is key for successful integration.
So what level are we talking about here?
So the target is a language proficiency of CLB4,
CLB4.
which is definitely achievable. With some focused effort, you can get there. You'll also need a high school diploma equivalent, and this is actually a recent update they've made to the requirements. You'll also need relevant work experience.
So it's not just about education anymore. They want
Yeah.
to see that you've actually been out there working in the field.
Exactly. And that just makes sense,
Yeah.
Canada's immigration system, it's built on attracting skilled workers,
Right.
people who can actually contribute to the economy. So showing that you have the experience and the qualifications to hit the ground running, that's really key.
Okay.
And it makes you stand out amongst other applicants.
So how much experience are we talking? Like, what's the magic number?
That's a great question, and unfortunately, we don't have all the specifics yet. We're still waiting for IRCC to release the full details of the program, but we do know that it's definitely more than the previous requirement of 6 months. So stay tuned for more details on that front as they become available.
All right, so we'll keep everyone updated. So just to recap, even though IRCC hasn't released all the program details yet, what we do know is that it's designed to really open doors for skilled home care workers who are looking to make Canada their new home.
And hey, even if you don't have all the answers right now, it's always a good idea to start early.
Yeah.
Begin gathering your documents, start thinking about your language skills, and definitely check out resources like Immigration Bridging Academy. They can give you personalized guidance and make sure you're on the right track.
Yeah, that's a really great point. We're going to talk more about Immigration Bridging Academy later on in the episode because they really are a fantastic resource for anyone who's thinking about immigrating to Canada. But for now, let's switch gears. Let's talk about another program called the Atlantic Immigration Program. It's also known as AIP. And this program is fantastic because it's open to skilled workers in any occupation.
Any occupation.
Yeah.
So many more options.
So many more options.
Yeah.
It's not limited to just one specific sector,
Exactly.
but there is a catch.
Tell me more.
You would have to be willing to live and work in one of Canada's 4 beautiful Atlantic provinces.
So we're talking Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, or Newfoundland and Labrador.
Exactly.
Each province has its own unique charm, and honestly, they have a growing need for skilled workers in all kinds of fields.
Yeah, and just like the home care worker program, the AIP is also employer-driven.
Yeah.
So once again, a job offer is your golden ticket. That's what's going to unlock the door to this pathway.
Right. You need that employer to be on board and willing to support your application.
Okay, now here's where things get interesting with AIP.
Okay.
There are actually two distinct pathways within the program.
I love this.
Yeah.
Because it really shows that Canada values both experienced workers and recent graduates.
Yeah.
They've created pathways to cater to both.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize that each group brings something unique to the table.
Right. So tell me about these pathways.
Well, so there's one pathway that's specifically for recent graduates from recognized post-secondary institutions in Atlantic Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a great option if you're thinking about studying in Canada and you want to stay in the country long-term after you graduate.
Got it. So if you study there, that's a pathway to stay.
Makes sense.
What about the other pathway?
And then if you already have some work experience under your belt, there's a pathway for you too.
Perfect.
And the best part,
What?
you can actually apply from overseas.
Wow.
Or even if you're already in Canada as a temporary resident.
That's very flexible.
It is.
Okay, so I think we've got a good overview of the pathways. Well, let's break it down like step by step.
Yeah.
What does the process actually look like for someone who's interested in applying to the AIP?
Okay, it's actually pretty straightforward.
Okay, good.
First, you need to secure a job offer from a designated employer in one of the Atlantic provinces.
Okay.
So that's step one. You got to find that employer who's willing to hire you and support your immigration journey.
Right.
Then once you have the job offer, you need to get an endorsement from the province.
Endorsement. What does that mean?
It basically means that the province has reviewed your application and they believe that you'll be a good fit for their community and their workforce. So they're giving you the thumbs up.
Okay.
Next, you need to put together a settlement plan.
A settlement plan. What's that?
Basically, it's a document that shows how you'll adapt to life in Canada.
Makes sense.
You know, things like how you'll find housing, healthcare, education for your kids if you have them.
Okay.
Just showing that you've thought about the practical aspects of settling in a new country.
Right.
Then, depending on your situation, you might need to apply for a work permit.
Okay.
And finally, once all that's in place, you can apply for permanent residency.
Boom.
There you go.
So it's like job offers, endorsement, settlement plan, work permit maybe, and then permanent residency.
Yeah, it's a well-structured system, and it really makes the transition smoother, both for you and for your family. And speaking of family, I think it's important to highlight that being able to bring your loved ones along is another huge benefit of these programs.
Oh, absolutely. Being able to have your family with you when you're starting a new life in a new country, that can make all the difference.
Right. It takes away so much stress and worry. And, you know, family unity is highly valued in Canadian society.
Uh-huh.
And these programs, they really reflect that. They understand that it's not just about the individual, it's about the whole family unit.
I love that. So these programs sound pretty amazing.
They do.
But I'm sure some people listening are thinking, this all sounds a little too good to be true.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So what's the catch?
Well, I think it's important to understand that these programs are competitive.
Okay.
You know, Canada is a very popular destination for immigrants from all over the world.
Right.
So you're going to be up against other applicants who also have great skills and experience. And to really grasp the competitive landscape, you need to understand how Canada's points-based immigration system works.
Okay, so tell me about that.
Essentially, you're being evaluated based on a number of factors.
Uh-huh.
Things like your age, your education, your work experience, your language skills, and so on.
Okay.
And each factor is assigned a certain number of points.
Right.
And you need to score enough points to be eligible to apply.
Right.
And then even if you meet the minimum requirements, you're still competing with other applicants in a pool.
Wow.
So the higher your score, the better your chances of being selected. And under the federal economic pilots, there are only a certain number of spots available each year.
So it's like a limited number of seats on a plane,
Exactly.
and everyone's trying to get on board.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. So for 2025, there are 10,920 spots allocated across various pilots, including the home care worker and potentially the AIP as well.
Okay, so it's definitely not a free-for-all. There is a limited number of spots available. So I guess careful planning and a really strong application, those are essential.
Absolutely. And that's another area where getting expert guidance can be really beneficial.
Right. All right, so we're going to talk more about that later.
Right.
But before we do, I think it's important to step back for a moment and really explore why these programs are so life-changing. We're not just
Yeah.
talking about a job and a visa
And
here.
we're not.
We're talking about a whole new level of opportunity and security.
It's about creating a better life for yourself and your family. And I think what's particularly fascinating is that it's not just about individual gain. It's about becoming part of this vibrant diaspora,
Uh-huh.
contributing to your new home, and creating a ripple effect of positive change that can even reach back to your homeland.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And our sources highlight some pretty incredible benefits. We've already talked about the peace of mind and security that comes with permanent residency,
Hmm.
no more visa worries. But there's also the advantage of having a prearranged job.
Right.
You can start earning right away.
No need to scramble for work after you arrive.
Exactly. And that financial stability, that can be life-changing, especially if you're coming from challenging economic circumstances.
Yeah, it opens up doors to things like homeownership investments, a brighter future for your children.
And speaking of children, access to free, world-class education and health care for your family, that's a benefit you can't put a price tag on.
Absolutely. Canada's commitment to social welfare is truly commendable. They invest in their people, and that's reflected in the quality of education and healthcare that's available to everyone, including newcomers.
And plus, think about the potential for dual income if your spouse is also working. We're talking about the possibility of earning a combined income of over $100,000 a year.
That level of financial security can be transformative for families. It allows them to achieve goals that might have seemed out of reach before.
And there's more. There's government support programs like child benefits, comprehensive health care, even the freedom to travel the world more easily.
It's incredible. These are all tangible benefits that can truly change your life and the lives of your loved ones. It's about creating a legacy of opportunity and prosperity for generations to come.
It really is. And it's all about building a better future for yourself and your family. And that, to me, is the most inspiring part of it all.
I completely agree. It's about empowering individuals to create a better life for themselves and their families. And it's inspiring to see so many young Africans taking that leap of faith and pursuing a brighter future.
It really is. It's so inspiring to see people taking that leap of faith. And that's where organizations like Immigration Bridging Academy come in. They can play such a crucial role in this whole process. They're dedicated to helping aspiring immigrants navigate the complexities of the Canadian immigration system.
Absolutely. I think what's remarkable about Immigration Bridging Academy is their holistic approach.
Yeah.
It's not just about filling out paperwork and submitting forms. They offer personalized guidance and support every step of the way. They really want to make sure you have the best possible chance of success.
Yeah, they go above and beyond. They'll help you understand all your options, prepare a strong application, even practice for your interview. It's like having a trusted advisor by your side throughout the entire journey.
Right. And let's be honest, the Canadian immigration process can be pretty daunting. There's a lot of information to digest, forms to complete, deadlines to meet. Having someone who understands the system inside and out can make all the difference.
For sure. They can help you gather all the necessary documents, craft a compelling personal statement, and present your case in the best possible light to the immigration officials.
Yeah, and preparing for the interview is another area where they really excel. They can help you understand what the immigration officers are looking for and practice your responses so you feel more confident and comfortable during the actual interview.
It's like having a secret weapon in your arsenal, someone who's been there, done that, and knows how to navigate the system effectively.
And beyond just the technical aspects of the application process, Immigration Bridging Academy also offers settlement services. So they help you actually integrate into Canadian life once you arrive. They can connect you with resources, provide information about housing, healthcare, education, and even assist you in finding a job.
Wow, so they really cover everything.
They do. It's a truly comprehensive approach.
Hmm.
It's not just about getting you a visa, it's about setting you up for success in your new home.
That's amazing. So this whole conversation is really exciting. We're not just talking about paperwork and processes here. We're talking about hopes and dreams, aspirations and ambitions.
Right. It's about real people, just like our listeners, taking that leap of faith and pursuing a brighter future for themselves and their families.
Exactly. And it all starts with taking that first step, doing your research, exploring your options, and reaching out for guidance. That's why we're so passionate about sharing this information with you today.
We want to empower you to take control of your future and make informed decisions about your immigration journey.
Because sometimes all it takes is that initial spark of inspiration, that realization that a better life is within reach. So what does this all mean for you, our listener? It means that the door to a brighter future is wide open. With the right preparation and support, you can achieve your goals and create a life filled with opportunity, security, and prosperity.
Absolutely. You know, Canada is a land of immigrants. It's a nation that's built on the contributions of people from all over the world. And they're actively seeking skilled and talented individuals like you to join their ranks. This is your chance to become part of that story.
This is your chance to seize the moment. Take that leap of faith and embark on a journey that could transform your life forever. It might seem daunting, but the rewards are immeasurable.
Just imagine yourself a few years down the line, settled in Canada, thriving in your career, your family flourishing, contributing to your community, living a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. That's the power of immigration. That's the potential that awaits you.
So don't wait. Take action today. Book that free consultation with Immigration Bridging Academy. Get personalized guidance. Explore your options and start building your path to a brighter future. You have the talent, the drive, the ambition. Now, all you need is the right support to make it happen.
And remember, the journey might seem long and challenging, but the destination is worth every step. Take that first step today and let Immigration Bridging Academy guide you on your way to a new life in Canada.
Taking that first step is so important. And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, that's really where Immigration Bridging Academy can help. They can be like your compass and guide, helping you through all the twists and turns of the immigration process.
Exactly. And they offer a free consultation.
Oh, yeah.
It's a chance to talk to an expert one-on-one, discuss your specific situation and get personalized advice.
And it's tailored to your goals.
Exactly.
That initial consultation is so valuable because you can ask all your questions, clarify any doubts, and just get a clearer understanding of the process and what you need to do.
Yeah, you're not just dreaming anymore.
Yeah.
You're actually taking steps to make those dreams a reality.
Right.
It's like laying the foundation.
Exactly.
And, even though we focused on two specific programs today, the Home Care Worker Pilot and the AIP, there are many other ways to immigrate to Canada.
Oh, yeah, tons of options.
So it's all about finding the one that best fits your skills and your experience and what you want to achieve.
Right. It's about finding the right path for you.
And Immigration Bridging Academy can help you explore all those options and figure out what's the best fit.
Absolutely.
So whether it's the Home Care Worker Pilot or the AIP or something else, entirely, the key is to start planning.
Right.
Start gathering those documents and build a strong application.
Don't let the process overwhelm you, Just
Hmm.
break it down into smaller steps, take it one day at a time, and always remember why you started this journey in the first place.
That's such great advice.
Visualize that brighter future. Imagine yourself, thriving in Canada, building a life for yourself and your family. That can really help to keep you motivated, especially when things get challenging.
Absolutely. It's all about believing in yourself, your abilities, and the potential that lies ahead. And remember, you have a whole community of support behind you. Organizations like Immigration Bridging Academy, your family, your fellow aspiring immigrants.
Yeah, we're all in this together, cheering you on every step of the way.
So take that leap of faith. Embrace the possibilities. Your journey to a brighter future in Canada starts today.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's it for this deep dive. We hope you found it informative and inspiring. And remember, if you're serious about immigrating to Canada, reach out to Immigration Bridging Academy, book that free consultation, and start building your path to a brighter future.
They'll help you make it happen.